back to Trunk Nation.
Thank you.
With A Trunk.
The greatest thing on radio since Wolfman Jack.
Sirius XM.
Loose and raw and rockin'.
Volume.
Hour 2 of our daily get-together here on Sirius XM 106 Volume, Trunk Nation. Eddie Trunk talking rock with you live every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. The replay every night, 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern. All shows also on demand on the Sirius XM app as we talk rock and broadcast throughout America and Canada on a Valentine's Day Thursday. And when you think of Valentine's Day and you think of love, who better to think of than a man who has dedicated so much of his career spreading the love, the deeper the love, give me all your love, is this love, slide it in.
It's what it's all about, slow and easy. Happy Valentine's, Edward.
Slow and easy. David Coverdale joins us, ladies and gentlemen. How are you, DC?
I'm in a blizzard, Edward. I'm happy Valentine's Day here. We've released the Shut Up and Kiss Me video to super response, thankfully. So happy Valentine's to you and your listeners, brother. And you're working every day. At last, you have a proper job. Let's kick ass.
For sure, man. Go figure. I got a real job now, David, after all these years, right? It's cool. Crazy.
Yeah. I thought, it's a good full-time job. That's wonderful, Edward.
Hey, man, you're blowing up. You're breaking the internet today with all this stuff with the release of this new single. Everywhere I look, I woke up this morning, my phone, every other email, Whitesnake. It's an exciting time. You released a brand new single today, appropriately for Valentine's Day, Shut Up and Kiss Me, along with a great video, which we'll talk about, for the upcoming new album, Flesh and Blood. So tell me about the new track and the upcoming record.
Well, it's actually, the choice was our fabulous Italian stallions at Frontiers. They came in, oh my God, this is a while. As you know, the album was dogged with illnesses and technical problems and stuff. And Frontiers, God bless them, were extraordinarily patient. And they flew in and had a listen to Work in Progress, and this is the song that they chose that they'd like for the video. So, that's fine. You've got to stand by every song, which is kind of in the same tongue-in-cheek style as Lie Down, I Think I Love You, Would I Lie to You, Kittens Got Claws. It's a fun, kick-ass song. Certainly after the darkness of the Burn video, the intensity and stuff we released on Christmas Day, this is right back into kind of light Snake. And just fun and games and ease up for everyone. Can't wait to do it live. We had a blast making the video. My director, Tyler Bones, and I wrote the storyline, and I thought, wow, get the Jag out, let it earn its keep. I haven't seen it for like 30 years or something. It's amazing. So we should talk in Reno, huh?
Well, I want to talk about that actually, because the video, which people can see now online for the song, is really a lot of fun. But it's the same Jag that you had in Here I Go Again, if I'm not mistaken, are you wearing the same jacket and outfit too?
The very same jacket. I didn't even try to get in the pants.
Oh, come on! You probably fit. They'd probably fit very easily for you.
I never even tried. It was so funny when Tyler and I started talking about the idea, getting the dust off. It's an Anthony Price. We took the shoulder pads out. The original thing. But it was really cool to have that and still have the Jag and have a bit of fun. The original idea, we were going to take over a parking lot, a car park, and just have people come up and just do whatever they wanted. Then I thought, the Jag's in such great shape, certainly after we had it totally serviced at Jaguar Reno, I didn't want heels and stuff all over it. So we ended up doing it in more a closed environment. But it was amazing. All the people, everything was done in Reno, the whole thing. Very talented people in the biggest little city in the world. All the extras and stuff, they came in, and all of them, before we even started or told them what we wanted, all wanted to have pictures taken with the car, for God's sake. It was very fun.
Wow.
So that idea of it, there's no disrespect on any level. It was just a lot of fun, to do it. A lot of fun, and people had a blast doing it.
So you kept. What's interesting is there? Do you have like a warehouse somewhere? In other words, you have the jacket. I mean, we're talking 30 years ago. So you've got the jacket from more than 30 years ago. Here I go again, and you still have. That's the exact car. So do you have like? Is there like a Whitesnake vault somewhere where all this stuff is in?
Yeah, there's we've got a lot of stuff. For charities, particularly when hard rock was in its formative times. They were looking for lots of stuff. We were actually talking about selling the Jag to hard rock, and sadly the guy who was negotiating the deal met an unfortunate demise. Nothing to do with us, I promise. But yeah, so we have storage units all over the place with a lot of Whitesnake stuff. Reno is like Whitesnake headquarters, the Hook City Studios, and which I look forward to you coming sometime whenever you're in this neck of the woods. But yeah, so we've got all of that stuff. It just all came together very, very comfortably, and just was a hell of a lot of fun to do. It's another slice of Whitesnake, and we're really happy with it and certainly thrilled with the response we're getting, Eddie. It's amazing.
And the entire new album, the Flesh and Blood album, is out in May, correct?
That's right, yeah. We were somewhat late delivering, so that's the earliest we could actually get it out. You're probably aware that one of the problems nowadays is vinyl takes forever. Everybody wants vinyl. It's hugely popular again, and we sell every piece of vinyl we do. But vinyl takes 3 to 4 months to get that sorted out of. To get in line, you can't really prioritize. So that's it. But when I spoke with Frontiers about my issues, that we were starting an American tour, and I wanted to do at least 5 of the new songs, coupled with the whole enchilada that people are wanting to hear. So we're probably going to be releasing a couple of more radio signals once. Well, let's see how the heat is on this, but I think the talk is Trouble Is Your Middle Name and Hey You as radio singles before we start, and they're pretty rocking. It's a pretty rocking album. Did you get that? Didn't we send that to you?
Yeah, I do have the record, and I haven't had a chance to listen to the whole thing yet, but I absolutely want to do that soon. David, if you can hang with me for a second, I want to hit a commercial break. I'm going to come back. I want to talk to you about a whole bunch more stuff. So let's get a quick break, and we'll come back, and we'll talk some more with David Coverdale right after this on Trunk Nation on Volume.
Music talk that rocks.
Alice Cooper, Pink Floyd, Kiss, bands like that.
Trunk Nation with Eddie Trunk.
All types of rock, not just the hard stuff.
Sirius XM.
Big fan.
Volume.
Eddie Trunk.
We would talk to this guy like he was like Gandalf.
Trunk Nation.
That is one well-run show.
Sirius XM.
Freaking killed it.
Volume.
And we're back. Continuing to talk to David Coverdale, we're going to listen to the brand new Whitesnake song, Shut Up and Kiss Me, which was just released today in its entirety after we wrap up talking with David for a bit more here on this Valentine's Day Thursday. So the record is coming out in May. There's a bunch of Whitesnake dates that have already been announced, concert dates, and we should talk about them a little bit, David, because you kick off a U.S. tour in Oklahoma, actually, where I am at the moment, April 12th, Newkirk, Oklahoma, and then over to Durant. And there's actually a show on the schedule, which I'm going to be hosting, which is in Hollywood, Florida, at the Seminole Hard Rock, a great venue there, on April 25th. So I look forward to that. Always a lot of fun down there with my friends in South Florida. A great place to see some rock and roll. So you're getting ready to take this out on the road.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? It's Eddie, you and I talk a lot, so you're aware that I had both knee replacements after suffering years of debilitating arthritis. And I only went out for 2 months last year. With my friends Foreigner and Jason Bonham to see how they worked, and thankfully I didn't dare commit to a world tour at that particular time, and thankfully it worked. They worked perfectly, and blessings on my Dr. Brad Pennenberg. I just spoke to Marco Mendoza this morning. I think he's going to be doing something too, giving him a good talking up that Brad Pennenberg's the absolute best. Steven Tyler sent me to him. We're all getting those issues, Edward, but I'm really excited to be going out and doing full shows as you say, it's going to be a ridiculously busy year for us. We've got a month-long U.S. tour, which was a total surprise to me because we toured so recently, but promoters were very, very high on the idea of it. And then we're over to Europe, as you know. I can't announce any UK gigs because it's part of the deal with Download. We'll be on there with Leopard and Slashing, which is going to be great. We have, what you were calling me, Slow and Easy, Mr. Slide It In. We have the 35th anniversary of the Slide It In box set coming out on March the 8th, too, which is pretty happening stuff.
Talk a little bit about that, David. For the Slide It In reissue, again, you said March 8th. I know there's a 6-disc super deluxe edition. There already were two different versions of that. The U.S. version when Sykes came in, and then the previous version, which had come out in Europe. So I know you're addressing both of those, but talk a little bit about what you've found and what's going to come out in the archives. And did you actually remix the records as well?
Well, yeah, for one of the discs, I think it's disc 3 on the package. It was interesting. My producer, Michael McIntyre, and I were so close to the music, which we started the record in 2017 or writing it. I didn't feel confident that we could mix it the best of possible. So Joel and Reb recommended a guy called Christopher Collier, who mixed Joel's 13 album. And I flew him up. We connected immediately. We mixed the Flesh and Blood album very quickly. He's like a sonic sushi chef, for God's sake, really quick. And I had a week left of time. And I said, how would you fancy remixing Slide It In? And he went, are you kidding? It's been one of my dad's and my favorite albums since he was a child. They did Across America Drive, and that's the only cassette his dad had, I think. So he knew everything. It was really disappointing at times when I got into the 24 tracks because Keith Olsen really didn't do as much with Sykes as I was hoping. But we did a super remix on that. And but what we've done with the UK and the US mix, we've remastered them with an excellent guy out of Masterdisc called Scott Hull, who's, once again, Christopher and Scott are new members of the Whitesnake Sonic team, and very, very welcome they are too. So, Chris is a very valuable, dear friend now. We connected immediately. He's young, and he's 40, and his birthday is the 23rd of September. We just get on really well, get on with the job, and have a laugh doing it. So, hopefully you'll enjoy the new mix. It was breathtaking to hear the performances again for the first time in 35 years, as you can imagine. It was as if Mel Galley, Cozy Powell, and John Lord were in the room with us. It was an amazingly positive feeling. And to hear them, John and Jesus, the sound was breathtaking, and hopefully we've captured more of that on the new remix.
And Slide It In, obviously the massive gargantuan breakthrough for Whitesnake was the 87 record, which you did a big deluxe of that not too long ago. But Slide It In really was the table setter, wasn't it? I mean, at least for the American audiences, that was the one that really set the table for 87 and what was to come, right?
Correct. Yeah, it was. Radio was dying for that. They were totally supportive, Edward. And then, of course, by the time we had the 87 album ready, MTV had come into play, and we had some powerful videos which still resonate with a lot of people, like 40-odd million views apiece of the big songs. It's, amazing stuff. But it definitely set us up for the 87 record. And then the 87 record pulled Slide It In into many more millions. It was lovely. Very nice.
So when you get ready to go out on these tour dates in America, which kick off again on April 12th, you're celebrating 35 years of Slide It In. You're celebrating roughly 32 on the 87, and then of course the new record, which will be coming in May. So, and then of course your incredible rich catalog beyond that. I imagine at this point in your career, putting a set list together is going to be a bitch.
It's a total bitch. So I'm just putting myself together and The guys and I are talking. We have a band thread, and I've recommended certain aspects. Everybody's just really buzzed to have some new stuff ready, as you can imagine. But we will be trying to present the whole enchilada, as much of the new songs we want to do. I'm totally excited about doing this and getting out of this effing blizzard.
Yeah. Well, the band on the new stuff.
It's mad here, man. It's mad. Valentine's Day, we're in a huge storm front.
Well, hunker down, man. That's all you can do, right? I mean, you must be somewhat used to that, living in that area of the country in Tahoe.
Oh, total mountain man.
And the band sounds like it's
spittoon and check shirts.
And the band sounds like it's firing on all cylinders. I mean, Joel and Reb and Tommy and my God,
Michael, Devin, and
and Devin, of course, yeah, Devin, Michael, and all my buddies. I mean, the band sounds in such fine form on this new material, and I know you know this has been the Whitesnake band now for a while. It's really gelled nicely, hasn't it?
It's really gelled nicely, actually, in a social way as well as a musical way. People will be, I think, thrilled at how tight the band is, how incredibly supportive of each other they are as individuals and as a collective. It really was. They just ate this music alive. When Frontiers discussed the idea of me doing another original studio album, and of course, I'm recovering from knee surgery, so I'm going, I need some time to think about this. But really what I wanted to do with all the years I'd worked with Reb and several years with Joel at that time, I wanted to make sure that I could write with these guys. Because to me, writing songs is a lonely old business. And to me, it's a musical conversation, which I've enjoyed with many partners over the years, as you know. So the moment I sat down with both Reb and Joel independently and collectively, it was really a strong indication that we had the potent potential for a really strong Whitesnake record. I'm thrilled with it. What can I tell you? You wouldn't be hearing it if we weren't,
Yeah, well, I look forward to getting into the whole thing, and I just got it, so I'll spend some time with it, and we'll do more when it actually comes out in May. We'll give it another, get you back on to really discuss all the different tracks in detail when it actually is out there some. But one last thing, David, I want to ask you is the whole fact that you are this busy, like you've got so much going on, you've got a tour, you've got a new studio record. It wasn't too long ago that I was hearing some rumblings from you yourself about maybe you were going to start sort of slowing down a bit and maybe semi-retiring perhaps. And we see so many artists that have been doing this a long time, kind of calling it a day, very slowly winding down.
Yeah.
You seem completely reinvigorated. Have you done a 180? Are you all in? Do you see an end for this, or do you just want to keep going?
Well, I want to keep going. It's the passion. I really felt that we owed the Whitesnake fans a new original record. And that was very primary on my thought process of doing this. But obviously, I'm 67 years old now, but I had a blast out there. The guys were telling me I was, and they certainly don't have to, were very complimentary about my performances through the last summer. It's really up to me to stay as healthy and as in shape as I can. It was hard to get into shape for me regarding what I'd been through and my body had been through at my age in 2017. But I so love performing. You're going to have to get me off with one of those shepherd's crooks, pull him off to the side. But I'm very reinvigorated, energized, and very inspired to give it everything I have.
And
for how long, I don't know. Yeah.
One last thing before I let you go. I just saw a Geico commercial.
It's Valentine's Day. What, that?
a Geico commercial with "Here I Go Again" in it. You surely must know about that. That was funny. That was great.
Oh, my God. They did a bunch of them, I think. That's a super storyline. The guy delivers the I do perfectly. It keeps the Whitesnake in people's minds and hopefully hearts. And it helps keep us alive economically. It's a very, very potent song, which is, going to be around longer than me, I would imagine. But yeah, we're asked a lot of the stuff. I have to use some integrity when it comes to choosing. I was offered a lot of money years ago for a Canadian fiber cereal for Here We Go Again, and the last thing I want is people running to the toilet when we start that song. So, yeah, the Geico thing was like 9 million views in just over a week. It was astonishing, and very positive response on my social media too, which was, very much appreciated as always.
Yeah, it's amazing. Here I Go Again is really the gift that keeps giving. And when you think that it was in its original incarnation before '87, at least in America, it was an obscure album track. And what that song has become, and how it just continues to show up everywhere, you've got to be amazed at that.
I'm delighted. It deserves to. The Angels and my muse were definitely on board. And you know the story. Originally, it was about the breakup of my first marriage, and suddenly now it's this rock and roll anthem, which everybody on the planet of the different Here We Go Again story, which I've heard now for over 30 years, and it's like an absolute blessing. And we still, it's wonderful to hear the Whitesnake Choir power up and sing that song with us. It's always a high point of the shows.
Well, it's great stuff across the board. You got so much going on. We're just scratching the surface here, but the big news is the release of "Shut Up and Kiss Me," which is the single and video released today. The album is coming in May, called Flesh and Blood. The tour kicks off, as we mentioned, in April. And right now, David, I'm going to let you go, and we're going to play "Shut Up and Kiss Me" for the audience to hear the whole song in its entirety.
That's great. Thank you for your time, Edward, and love to you and yours. And God bless everyone. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you, David. Be well. We'll talk again soon.
You got it, brother. God bless.